Hello, welcome to Wild Cottage Ireland. The fox you're seeing right here is Foxy, a wild fox who used to come visit us at the cottage for many, many years. She's a big reason why we got online, and I think one of the reasons we have so many followers on Twitter. She unfortunately has not been by for a few months, and given that foxes don't live a really long time in the wild, she may no longer be around. But happily, her son Skittles still comes by, and so does the one-eyed fox, as well as the pine marten and lots of other wildlife. If you follow us on Twitter, you know that we haven't been online for quite some time. But now I'm feeling like it's time to come back and make some more YouTube videos. So what follows this clip is a very rough sample of one of the types of videos we'll be making, what's called a video podcast, which is basically a sit and chat and kind of a show and tell of what has been happening with the wildlife, with nature, with the garden, and with the things I'm crafting. So there'll be that, and there'll also be some more silent type videos of the nature and the things around. So please have a look and enjoy, and I hope you're well. Thank you. Hello friends, it's Susan, Mimi, Shep. Let's see, can we get Shep? There he is. He's on his sheep fleece blanket that I've made him, snuggling down. And we are at Wild Cottage in Ireland. And I live here with these two doggies and my partner, Mr. I just been calling him Mr. as I'm mainly on Twitter. I started making a few YouTubes a couple of years ago. Not a couple of years ago, probably last year. And I did one Wild Cottage podcast. And then I did some other videos, but I didn't really do any other podcasts. But anyways, I've had my ups and downs with YouTube and social media and mental health, and you know that, you know yourself. But I'm thinking that maybe, now is a nice time to try again, or to do it again, because I do enjoy doing it when I'm in the right space, mentally and physically and stuff. So yeah, so I live here with Mr., who may get named at some point. Like, he might be like, yeah, you can go ahead and use my name. Probably doesn't care, but I was just trying to give him some privacy, because yeah, anyway. And so we don't have, but we are very blessed and lucky and privileged to be surrounded by a lot of pretty wild nature. As kind of nearly as wild as you would get in Ireland. So Shep has gone to lay on his other sheep skin. They're not skins, they're actually fleeces that I learned a special technique how to felt the back of them so that they can be a throw, a rug, a pet bed, different things. And the front of it stays fluffy. Now this is one that, so the better ones I've already, most of them I've given away, and this one is filthy. But this is the second one I ever made. So you can see it's kind of flattened from the dogs laying on it. And it's real raggedy because this is just one I kept because I was just learning. But this is a Jacob fleece, an Irish Jacob fleece. So if you can see, if I fluffed it up, particularly, it's woolly. It's just like your sheepskin rug. People go, oh, look at that sheepskin rug, except the sheep lived because it was only shorn for its fleece. And then I do this special technique to get it to have a strong backing that stays together and yet leaves the front of it fluffy. So, and the dogs love it. So I would probably cut myself off because I started rambling, so I'll start over. So I knit. I'm a new knitter, so about a year knitting. And I'm starting to learn to crochet. That's my winter project. I'm starting to learn to embroider because, oh, there's the postman. The dogs are going to get all excited. Okay, so in addition to my knitting, my starting to learn to crochet, my starting to learn to embroider, and I'll talk about all those things at another time. And the reason I started really getting interested in embroidery because I saw a wonderful pattern of a fox. And those of you that know Wild Cottage know how we have been surrounded by amazing wild foxes, and it's just a big part of the whole Wild Cottage experience. I'm trying to do a couple of these a month. And this is a Jacob. And so Jacobs are sheep that still have horns. And they can be all kinds of colors. They're off. This one is from, so this is 100% Irish wool, Jacob wool. It's from Evan Higgins' farm in County Galway. And this is Janice the Jacob. Here she is. The goal in making these is that, I mean, obviously they're not realistic. They're a folk art style. But I really, really want you to be able to get the feel of the actual fleece of the sheep. So as, you know, as if you were going to go pat the sheep, you can pat this fella, lady, and squeeze her and, you know, get the feel of what that breed's wool is like. And of course, even within the breeds, each sheep is different. The farm is different, and each sheep within the farm is different. But they have general kind of characteristics. So you can kind of get a feel, you know, this isn't like the super soft merino, this sheep, but she's still lovely and she's really cute. So we have, you know, brambles, wild blackberries all along the hedgerows. That's the old stone wall. They're all along there. They're everywhere. And that's herself. Oh, they love them. The foxes love them. I mean, all the wild animals love them. And Mimi loves them.